Okay, so welcome to Mothership. This is a one-shot that we're going to play, and we're going to get right into it. I'm going to give you a little prologue. You should be seeing that now. Your freighter ship has just landed on the mining station Ypsilon 14. Ypsilon 14 was an asteroid in the deep parts of space. The station here was one of hundreds that mined various ores for use across the galaxy. You have been contacted to load up your cargo hold with these precious minerals and return them to Warehouse 24. But as soon as you landed, you were alerted to a situation. One of the miners was missing. It wasn't all that unusual, but HQ asked you to locate the man. He apparently has a huge insurance policy, and HQ is hoping to find wrongdoing so they don't have to pay. Your local contact is Base Leader Sonia Albright. The hatch opens, leading you out into the hangar of this mining colony. Let me switch the scene for you guys. Give me one sec. You walk out of your ship and you see waiting for you across the way is a woman in her mid-years, perhaps, with graying hair. She watches as she's looking at something on a... oh, something's wrong here, sorry. Can you guys see anything, or is it black for you?
I can see.
I can see.
I can't see anything.
Same.
Why can't I see?
If you have Control L on one of our tokens, and then like you clicked off of it and changed the scene, sometimes it'll lock up. You have to refresh.
I don't think so. Got edit on that guy. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Has sight. Everybody else can see though, is that correct?
Fine, the DM doesn't need to see.
No, not at all. Let me try something else.
Kidnapper boys.
Just I don't know, refresh my browser. Okay, you come out of your ship and you see there's a woman standing across the way at a terminal. She is, you don't know what she's doing specifically, but she turns and kind of walks to you as you make your exits. I'll let you guys go ahead and role play from here.
Ehlers will be leading the way. He's pretty jaded, but he likes to give an air of some professionalism. So he'll, as they walk towards the woman, he'll just be keeping an eye on the crew behind him and making sure that no one's giving too bad an impression of the ship. And then, if he's satisfied of that, he'll walk towards her and kind of nod in greeting.
Crewman Peters is next out of the ship. He's a dark-skinned man, thickly built, with a bald head and a goatee. He faintly smells like cigars as he walks out of the ship, and is wearing a harness and a blast vest. Once off the ship, he kind of relaxes, stretches, and looks around. He doesn't say much, though, instead looking to the XO for orders. Crewman Peters is one of the crew members, just a common crew member specialized in mining operations, who is aboard the ship.
Corporal Falchion comes off the ship, shaved heads, or close buzz anyways. Looks a little rough and tumble, bags under the eyes. Stretches his neck out. You hear an audible pop echo across the dock there. All right, what kind of shitstorm we in here now?
Yes, Dr. Soon will also depart the ship. He's got a nice cup of coffee that he's been working on for seemingly hours. It's gone cold, but he hasn't noticed. Always lost in thought, very quiet. He'll shuffle behind everyone else.
The woman walks to meet you. She waves you over. I'm Base Leader Sonia Albright. Glad HQ could have you stop by.
You've got a missing miner.
Yeah, Mike Jones. Normal fella. I guess he took the extra insurance policies.
Extra insurance gets you extra attention. So, what do you know?
Not much, honestly. Let's go into the main control room and get out of the hangar here. She turns around and plays with the terminal, and the airlock opens. Zoom! This circular doorway and these metallic doors pull open as that section of the airlock is decompressed quickly. And she heads in, taking you with her into the workspace. Move you real quick. As you move into the workspace, you see a couple other people milling about doing this or that. She seems to ignore them as the door closes behind each of you, and she plays with a terminal and does something to it. She sighs. Oh, yes, so Mike, well, he's been acting kind of strangely, but didn't think he would go missing. There's not really many places to go missing in this place, to be quite honest. It's just a small base and the mine below.
You say strangely. Strangely how?
Oh, just talking about nonsense. I don't know. It's strange. He's talking about this yellow goo. I don't know what it is, but I called HQ some time ago about it and relayed the information about this substance that has been found in the mines. They did send a researcher. He's at the other hangar. I haven't seen him for a while. It's been quarantined.
Quarantined?
Do you have a sample of the goo on you?
I do not, unfortunately. Quarantined as he didn't want to be disturbed. Sorry.
It's a bit of a difference between quarantine and not wanting to be disturbed. You sure there's not more you're not telling us?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I'm sorry. She just shrugs her shoulders. You can give a roll if you would like.
Sure. What would be the...
Let's see. How about... How about something out of linguistics?
Okay.
So untrained.
Yep. So, unskilled. That'll be based on what, intellect?
Yes, that's fine. Yeah, that's a good roll. You don't think that she's lying?
Okay. I'll turn to Dr. Soon and say, Doctor, you familiar with any yellow goos that we should be aware of in a mining colony like this?
That description is too vague. I would need a sample for further analysis. Or perhaps we can speak to the other researcher.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not in quarantine, then no reason why we shouldn't speak to him, right, Sonia?
If you want, you'll have to make your way through the mine to get there. He has the system shut down that head from this room to the secondary hangar.
And you have no way to turn it back on from the outside?
No, I don't actually. He has HQ Priority 1 access.
Are you not in charge of operations around here?
I am in charge of operations, but he is not one of my crew. I suppose I could attempt to override his access, but that would, that would be against company policy. Sorry.
Can you contact him? I mean, surely you could just ask him.
Sure. She heads over to a terminal and types a few things in. She waits for a few moments. Waits. I'm sorry, he's not responding. He's not a very talkative fellow. I've left him a message.
Peters just tries to pull the boss to the side for a moment.
Mhm.
Listen here, boss. Listen, the crew back on the ship, the miners, this place is giving me the creeps. I don't know what the fuck we're doing with this whole business about a goo and a lost miner.
I'm
Listen,
not
I
seeing a
rec-
problem here, Peters. What spooked you?
Let's just get the story made up out of the way and get to hauling this ore and get on off.
Okay.
Yeah, why the hell do we have to give two shits about some lost bumfuck mana?
Because the company says we do. Do we have a problem here?
No, just want to get this shit done with, sir.
Yeah, I reckon that following the trail of what he was ranting about might get us to him sooner than messing about round every corner of this mine.
Just
But I'm
figure
happy
out.
to take suggestions.
Well, where was he last?
I think the last time anyone saw him, he was in his quarters. She kind of waves to a adjoining hallway that goes off to your right. The quarters are that way, the mess and the washrooms. Pretty simple living areas. The mine's that way, and you see this large double door, heavy plated steel. That heads down to the mines, like I said. And she kind of waves to another small airlock, and that heads to the secondary hangar.
Did he have any friends in particular? Anyone he might have spoken to if he was thinking of running off or doing something weird?
Well, he was kind of a loner, but there's 10 of us here on the mine. Can talk to anyone. She waves to two other people that are working on something in the corner. There's basically, this room is full of a bunch of gear stored in cubbies throughout. There's plenty of things. There's mining tools, vac suits on the wall, laser cutters, other things like that. In the corner is a massive power generator, and it hums behind you as it's giving power to this entire station just right here. Yeah, she just that's Dana and Ashraf over there. You can talk to them if you want.
Okay, thank you. I'll look over at Peters. How's he looking at the moment?
He is just kind of has his arms crossed, big thick forearms, and has a furrowed brow, and he's looking around the area, thinking about what he might tell any of the crew back up on the ship. He's worried about getting involved into something that isn't particularly in the job description. But again, as the XO said, he kind of looks to you and says, I guess I spoke out of turn. If the company wants it done, we'll do it. But listen, the facts we give don't always have to be the right ones. We find where this motherfucker died or didn't die, make up a story, get the ore, and get the hell out of here. That's my opinion.
As he's sort of talking about making up a story, Ayla's will kind of conspicuously sort of flick his eyes over to the other three that aren't part of the crew and just kind of shake his head just very, very slightly so that Peters can see, but it's not obvious to the three of them. And so, Crewman Peters, we would obviously never make up a story that would get relayed back to the company, right?
Absolutely not.
We all know that's not what happened on the last job, right?
No.
Mugging frantically. And he sort of pats Peters on the shoulder and just goes, of course. Yeah, so we're going to go off by ourselves and investigate.
You want us to get started with this ore here, boss?
Are we meant to be loading as well as investigating?
You did. Your original assignment was to come here and fill to get the ore and throw it on the ship, yes, and take it someplace else. If you want to take time to do that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we could do that, or we could. Yeah, actually, he'll say, "It's all right. We'll get the others to load the ore while we go off looking for this bloke. Sooner we start, sooner we get finished, right?"
Peters nods very slowly, looking around. He's just looking for anything out of place in the operations of this area.
In the workspace, you don't see anything particularly out of place. You do see that there is you hear this clunk, 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 clunk as there's a vent in the ceiling here that is the fan must be moving it around. It's like, kind of the grate is moving about and kind of clacking, that sort of thing. But you're looking around this area, you don't see anything other than has already been described, right? There's the quarters off to one side, the mine off to another, another auxiliary airlock to where supposedly the doctor has quarantined himself, quote unquote. You do see there's a med bay in here as well. It's more or less a sheet that wraps around a bed area. Yeah, that's really about it in this room.
Your word is my command, boss.
Ayla's has worked with Peters long enough that he smiles at that one, and he sort of looks across at the other two people in the room and says, "Hi, do either of you two know this missing miner that well? What's his name? Jones? Is that right?"
The guy turns around. Oh, yeah, Mike. Yeah, he's one of the miners. Good guy, a little bit of a hypochondriac. Yeah, haven't seen him today. Sonia said that he might be, I don't know, missing?
And he'll look across at the lady there and just say, "Do you know him that well? Talk to him often?"
She shrugs. Oh, just same as always, really. No, not really. He's kind of a loner a bit. I don't know. I not really don't know him that much.
Okay, thanks. All right, Craig. Let's move out. Check his quarters and then move on from there. Yeah. Anyone have any other suggestions?
No, sir, boss man. You be the boss man.
All right. And we'll start off towards where we were told his quarters were.
Yeah, you head down this cramped corridor towards the mining quarters, basically where everybody stays. They're more or less just bunks. As you walk in, you notice there's one man just kind of laying in his bunk with his arms kind of behind his head, looking up at the ceiling. You see there's various other bunks in here of some are in dismay, disarray, and some appear to be fine. Nothing initially can you see that's very, of interest at least.
Actually, before we get there, it's just the four of us in the
Sure.
corridor, Ayla's will turn to Peters and give him a big grin, but quite a slightly rueful one, and say, all right, you can cut the crap. I know I came down on you hard, but that was for the benefit of the miners. So we good?
Oh, we're good, boss. Hey, yeah, it's like they say in school, appearances are everything, and first impressions, well.
Yeah,
we
and
can't
you're
make
dead
a second.
right. You're dead right, though. We if we can't find him, we make something up, but we just don't want to admit it to these people, right? Don't know who we can trust.
I'll keep up the happy face, boss, and I'll play detective for the time being. But hey, listen, we come across any of this yellow goo, I'm putting on some shoe covers and a respirator, and you're gonna be the first one into the room. How's that sound?
Oh, I think that's where the good doctor comes in, right?
Oh yeah, the good doctor.
You live for strange yellow goo, right, Dr. Soon?
I cannot say that I do.
Oh, come on. It's just probably some kind of base minor meth or some shit like that.
It would be easier to identify if we could get some.
There you go. You can go and get us a sample. Perfect. Well
I'm good
volunteered.
at analyzing, but gathering seems more, I don't know, Peter's forte.
Wouldn't want to ruin the sample, Doc. What about that gent over there? And he kind of points over towards the miner laying in the bunk.
Yeah, we'll enter the room now and see all that. Oh. So, as we walk in, Ayla's will just sort of look around, trying to project an air of sort of confidence and authority as he walks in, and sort of nod to the guy in the bunk. Say, so, this Mr. Jones's room? You his roommate, bunkmate?
There's multiple bunks in this area that you can see. This specific one, you kind of peek in. He's the only one in here. Oh, you're looking for Mike's room? No, it's over there. He kind of points to another one.
Peters kind of looks over at Fauci. Jesus fucking Christ! I thought he was going to look in there and then he'd be dead.
Yeah, this place seems real like pieced together by shit and spits. I don't know what the hell's going on in this place.
Yeah, well, let's go have a look-see. Peters walks over towards Jones's bunk and doesn't want to touch too much, and first kind of inspects it loosely and maybe kicks an old pair of boots that's under the bunk. And everything looks a-okay here to me. Do I see anything on my cursory glance over the bunk?
One thing that's kind of odd is there's really nothing in here. It appears that everything's been taken out.
This Jones, he was even some sort of minimalist, or he didn't shower, didn't write home, didn't wear any goddamn clothes. This bunk is all but empty.
Turn around to the other crewman lying there. Go, can you shed any light on that?
You talking
Someone
to
been-
Kentaro?
Kentaro, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Kentaro.
someone been through and cleaned this up?
He he blows his nose on a tissue and throws it onto a table with various other tissues, and he kind of wipes his hands on the breast of his shirt and kind of walks over. Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, he had some stuff in here last time I looked. I can't say I peeked into his room too much, but yeah, I don't know. He just shrugs.
So,
Ill?
What's that, Bo? You cut out?
Does he appear ill, or is he just blowing his nose?
Yeah, well, he blew his nose, but there's a big wad of tissues on that table over there.
Christ almighty, you all right there, boy?
Oh, yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good, yeah.
I gesture with my
Say a
chin
little
over to
bit,
the
yeah.
pile. Shit, it don't look like you good.
Oh, well, you know how one of these tin cans are, man. Somebody gets a little virus and it goes through everybody sooner or later. Just a little head cold, I think. You do notice that he appears quite dirty. Like he hasn't showered for a while.
We got our answer there. Hey, Doc, so the yellow goo is mucus, and the cause is uncleanliness. I think we got our story.
That seems very unlikely.
Kentaro
So only
narrows,
unlikely if you
narrows
can't
his
tell it.
eyes and kind of... Alright, well, if you don't need me anymore, I guess you can... I'm just going to go back to my bunk.
when did you last see Mr. Jones?
Who, me? Oh, I don't know. We had a shift together 2 days ago.
And how was he back then?
He was a bit nervous, agitated, kind of anxious fella.
Do you think he'd been, like taking anything? Drugs? Something like that? It's okay, you can tell us.
Not that I know of.
But he might have been, right?
I mean,
Yeah?
I guess.
Yeah.
Would he have any drugs stashed around his bunk?
I don't know. Check, man.
You on drugs there?
No, I'm not on drugs. I take a monthly piss test just like everybody else. Sonya can
Right.
give you my my records. Never popped once, dude.
And you know exactly when you're supposed to be tested?
Achoo!
When it's supposed to be done?
Achoo!
Yeah,
He
stand well back
he
from him.
sneezes
Yeah, I
into
backed
his
the hell
hand.
away.
He kind of wipes his hand on his shirt. Yeah, no, man, they're all random.
You said they were monthly.
Well, they're usually once a month. I don't know exactly what day they are.
Yeah, a place like this, everyone knows a little bit more than they should, right? That's okay. We understand. Right, shall we be moving on, gentlemen? Oh, where did Mr. Jones normally work?
Oh, he's a mining engineer, and just like most of us down in the mine.
Do you know where he was in his last shift?
Yeah, it was. I think the last shift was with me. We were doing some mining. He was doing some repairs on the main mining apparatus. We were down there. We didn't get much done, to be quite honest, as had a lot of issues with the mine.
Mm-hmm. So, did you see him at the end of the shift?
Yeah, I mean, both came up here. I thought he went to his bunk. I went and just kind of hit the hay, I was tired. And, can't say I spent much time paying attention.
Okay, and he maybe went and took drugs and walked out an airlock. Yeah, and it happens. It happens.
I guess, man. I don't know.
I mean, obviously his insurance wouldn't pay out in that case, but it's a shame. But things happen, right?
Yeah, okay.
So you said it was up here that you saw him last. He came out of the mine.
Yeah, we came out of the mine. Pretty sure.
Pretty sure, or you are sure?
Yeah, I'm sure we came out of the mine, man. I wasn't going into his bunk, dude. I don't know, what you want me to say.
Oh, colleague's missing. I thought you'd be concerned.
Oh, I am. But I still can't tell you stuff I don't know.
You don't know whether he was with you or not? I mean,
he was with me when we came up from the mine, yes. And then I went here, and he went wherever he went. I assume he went to, to his rack or the showers. I don't know. He wipes his forehead. Yeah. He's perspirating very badly.
Backing a little bit further away from him because he looks really sick.
You gone and see the doctor for whatever the fuck you got there?
Well, we don't really have a doctor. We, Sonya can do some first aid. No, I'm fine, man. I'm good.
Right. I take 2 more steps back.
Ayla's will sort of raise an eyebrow at Dr. Soon and kind of flick an eye across to Kantaro and then raise an eyebrow quizzically.
Is something the matter?
Just what I was asking you, Doctor.
I did not realize I came here to treat the crew.
I'm just curious if we're exposing ourselves to a nasty virus or not. Wondered if you had any opinions.
Well, based on his mannerisms, I'd say he is very dangerous. He has no regard for personal hygiene or the well-being of others.
That is a fair point. Well, Mr. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, Kantaro.
Okay, well, Mr. Kantaro, you've been moderately helpful. You might want to get a shower sometime in the next few days and, maybe get yourself some meds. But stay a little bit clear of me and my crew, eh? Thank you very much.
Well, you're in my bunk, man. So, sure.
Yeah, well, we're here doing a job. We're not here to catch whatever shit you've got. All right, thanks. And
Ayla's I know.
Sorry?
He said, that's the Ayla's I know. Give him hell, boss. And he takes out a notepad, just working on our our narrative here. I got a junkie with poor sanitary habits who was coughing up profuse yellow mucus, probably wandered down to the mine shaft and either overdosed or fell into a pit or something to an untimely yet tragic death.
Yeah, tragic, but sadly not covered by insurance.
Sadly not.
Yeah.
He was under the influence.
Yep.
Oh, shit, boss. So we're going to have to go find the body.
Well, we can't leave loose ends. We've got to obviously prove what happened, right?
Oh, shit, right.
Beyond the shadow of a doubt.
And as we go to leave the room, Ayla's will sort of gather a little bit closer to the others and just sort of say quietly, maybe don't touch too much. These guys have got as bad hygiene as that fella, and there's something going around. We don't want to catch it and bring it back to the ship. We'll all be sick within no time.
Yeah, from the quarters you can see, there's multiple bunks in there, and then there's a passageway to the mess hall, which says mess above the walkway, and then another one that says washrooms, and it's kind of the same thing.
Sort of, he'll look round back to Kantaro and said, Mr. Kantaro, when you came back up from the mines, was there anyone else about who might have seen where Mr. Jones went to?
I mean, I passed, who was on next shift? I think it was Morgan and Ree. They were going down to the mines. It was late, so there were some people sleeping. There's some people in the work area. I don't really remember, honestly, too much besides Morgan and Ree going down.
Okay. Are they still down there?
Oh no, this was 2 days ago, so no. I don't know who's on shift right now. It should be displayed in the work area who's down there right now.
Okay. I'll just ask him to point us to the work area, and then.
Yeah, that's
Guess
where
maybe
you
we
came from, the main area.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, not in there. Hadis will look across to Falchion and go, Corporal, could you nip back and have a quick look at where we could find this Morgan and Ree?
Yeah, sure, boss man.
Cheers.
Right, cheers. And make my way back.
You need company, Corporal?
Oh, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
Place is pretty shit. Gross, too. Look at all this shit.
Very unsanitary. I'm just gonna keep my hands right here against my sides. Jesus Christ, I never realized how much I play with my goddamn beard.
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you about that. You probably want to keep your fingers out of that for a little while.
Yeah. Let's get this shit over with. I need a cigar. Up and out. Peters would accompany Corporal Falchion.
Yeah, you head out into the workroom, and Sonya's she's sitting down at a terminal, and she looks up and, yeah, did you gentlemen find something?
Yeah, well, a little bit here. We're trying to find two other members. Shit, Peters, what were their names?
Peters and Morgan. I think it was Morgan.
Oh,
Was it Morgan?
yeah, no, he's off duty. He's a pretty good cook, so you might want to try the mess.
Hey, you sent somebody in to check on Cantoro in there?
What do you mean?
He's a little under the weather. Has a small mountain of Kleenex piled up right next to his bunk.
Oh, well, boys in their Kleenexes next to their bunk.
No, it ain't like that, miss. It's more along the lines of blowing it out as top end there. You got anyone else that's kind of sick like that on this dump?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Point us the direction of Morgan and that other gent, and
Oh, yeah.
we'll be out of your hair.
No problem. Just back through the quarters there and make a left. The mess is up that way.
You got any cameras in this thing here?
Oh, no, not really.
Holy shit, what do you have?
A big fucking drill bit, man. This is a mine.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Peters, let's go. I'm getting depressed, Peters. Let's go find something else to do.
Peter says to hell with the hygiene and takes a cigarillo out of his pocket. Do you mind, Administrator? Can I light up in here? Doesn't seem like you have many problems with tidiness.
She raises her eyebrow. Well, that is against regulation in a oxygen-sealed place such as this.
Oh, of course. I won't think twice about it. But puts away the cigarillo and rolls his eyes, and as they leave.
Yeah, you head back into the quarters area.
Yeah, we're supposed to go into the mess, it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where she said he was.
All right, so Peters and Falchion, I suppose, would head underneath the sign that says mess.
Yep. One sec.
Okay, we'll join them there.
Yeah, you guys head into the mess hall. Let me move you over. You see a man next to a small table. He has a knife and he's chopping up something there. You see there's an automated kitchen unit, which is essentially a microwave. He's putting things in it, hitting some buttons, waiting for a moment, just kind of waiting. And there's a cat. You're kind of surprised to see this cat just meow sitting next to the microwave, and he like passes the cat some food and eats it out of his hand.
Peter starts to sneeze. Oh, Jesus Christ. We got sick motherfuckers, and now we have a furred demon, also known as a cat.
Tell me that's an allergy, Peters.
Oh. Since I was 10. Can't get 10 feet from him without my eyes watering, swollen shut. So I'll stay my distance away from that feline piece of shit over there.
Oh, fair enough. Thank God, I thought we had the fastest spreading virus in the world, in the galaxy. Right. He looks across at the man there. Kind of, probably unbeknownst to him, gives him a bit of a disapproving look, the way he's kind of handling food and feeding a cat out of his hand at the same time. And
you notice as you get closer, you notice that on his other side is kind of like a hydroponic garden. It's semi-sealed by a glass enclosure, and it's clearly where they have vegetables in there, and a lot of it's starting to wilt, oddly enough.
God, this place is a mess. Alice will mutter. He'll sort of say it loud enough for his crewmates to hear, but not loud enough that he would expect Morgan to hear it.
Yeah, as you kind of are walking in, Morgan turns around. He's like, "Oh, who are you guys? You coming to get a cargo load or something?"
Yeah, and the company's asked us to investigate why one of your colleagues is missing.
No, Mike, yeah.
When was the last time you saw him?
2 days ago. I was coming on shift, he was coming off.
Did you see where he went?
I think he went, scratches his beard and then begins handling whatever food he has in his hand. I think he went to his bunk. I don't know. He kind of rubs his nose as he goes back and begins handling the food again.
Great. Does he show any signs of like a fever, or was he just being generally unsanitary?
He's just being kind of gross, yeah.
Yeah.
I look over to Peters. I ain't belling to the mast anytime soon in this damn place.
Yeah.
I was wondering, you guys, do you guys have any, seeds or anything on your ship that I could maybe buy off of you, barter?
What, so you can kill them like you killed yours? What happened to those?
I don't know, man. He points to the list of there's a list on the wall of like who's supposed to take care of the guard, and everybody signed off here. He looks, he's like, oh yeah, here, oh, Mike is on the list. He's the last one. He must have not done shit, but still, I don't know why it would begin to wilt. It's weird. It's just been like yesterday. It was fine.
What? Huh. Is this garden thick enough that something could be kind of, concealed in there? Like if
not a person.
was
Probably not a person.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So I was just wondering if his corpse was in there giving off something
Right.
bad.
Yeah. Right.
So this was okay the other day?
Yeah, yesterday I kind of noticed it. I do a lot of the cooking around here, and I noticed kind of yesterday it started to get kind of shitty. I don't know. I used it yesterday, but I haven't really touched anything. I was gonna just stick this stuff in the compost, honestly.
Seems pretty quick for it to go bad.
Yeah, I agree. It's just strange.
And Ayla's will sort of look across to Dr. Soon and sort of quirk an eyebrow. You heard anything about anything like this before, Doctor? I know it's not really your area of speciality, but he sort of trails off.
Well, I am no botanist, but how long have you had these?
Oh, we've grown our own vegetables since this place has been operational for, I think it's, 14 months now?
And this is the first they have wilted?
I mean, when we first got started, none of us really had a green thumb at the time. We had some trouble getting it started, but once we kind of figured out what we were doing, yeah, it was fine.
What are they? Well, what's the plant?
Carrots, tomatoes, peppers, spinach, stuff like that.
Do they look like they're infected with the blight?
No, they're just wilting and they look kind of old.
I don't know. It's probably nothing I can tell just from looking at it.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be, well, yeah, there's nothing in there that appears obvious even after a thorough review.
The conditions here are poor, and the crew is honestly untrained. Unreliable. So yes, I do believe their crops are dying.
Just seemed a bit sudden. Okay. Anything else notable we can see about this area?
Yeah, not really. You see that there's actually you do. You see one of the table you see there's a cassette player.
Is that common tech?
Pretty common, yeah.
I'll sort of say to Morgan, this player over here, Jones's, by any chance?
Oh no, that Sonya, man. She loves her music. I don't know if I think that probably what's in there is one of her heavy metal albums. It's kind of strange that an old lady like that might be down with that shit, but yeah, that's what she listens to.
Oh, Sonia. She didn't look like the type. Why don't you hit the old play button there, boss?
Am I wearing gloves? Don't want to touch anything in this place because I'm.
You
completely
could
convinced
you
it's all
could
filthy.
assume you have gloves on, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here's we'll go over and just press play on this. We'll turn the volume down fairly low.
Okay, so this is coming out of roll 20, so it's just as he described. It appears to be music.
Nothing playing.
Hmm.
If it's something you uploaded, it won't work probably.
Oh, no, they've been working. Anyway,
I can hear it.
yeah, it's basically heavy metal music.
Mm.
Okay, Ayla's shrugs and hits the stop button. Yeah. All right then. On we go.
You know,
And
Morgan just like, he's like, yeah, okay, see you later. And there's a rattling, and he goes over and he steps on a chair and like pounds on this vent. It's like, damn things. It's like, I'm gonna have to get a freaking screwdriver and tighten this thing up. This thing is loose.
Peter says, "Boss, I noticed something like that back in the office where Sonya was. At first, I just chalked it up to a crew that doesn't give a shit about their job, but I can take a look if you want. I'm handy with this sort of thing."
sounds good. Thanks, Peters. Make sure you wear gloves. Anything round here, though.
Sure. Peters probably has at least a pair of work gloves that he kind of slips on.
Yeah, you do definitely would.
Probably has a tool belt or something looking at his character sheet.
Yep.
And he hops up first on one of these chairs, and you hear it creak as he lifts, kind of steps up on the table and reaches up towards the vent and kind of making small talk as he does so. "Hey, so Dr. Soon," and he kind of holds the screwdriver between his teeth as he starts to unscrew the vent. And back on the net, I read something back in the day about plants being conscious to some extent. You play them old classical music, Mozart, Beethoven, and they grew up right as rain. I guess these carrots weren't headbangers, huh?
I do not think the plants have a taste in music.
You never know, Dr. Soon. You never know. And by this time, he has the screws loose and opens the vent.
I feel quite certain that I do know.
Okay, your alarm's set for 9:15 p.m.
Yeah. As you open the vent, something falls out. It kind of hits the table and then spills off onto the ground. As you kind of turn around, you notice it's actually a cassette tape.
Yeah, Peters hears a click, click, clack, clack, clack as it goes down. He puts the screwdriver back in his mouth and kind of bends over, picks up the tape, and holds it up to the fluorescent light. What does it say?
It's unlabeled.
Appears to be some sort of mixtape. He kind of tosses it over to the rest of the crew and in Falchion's direction.
Falchion catches it. Oi, XO, you want to give me that there tape player? I'll give it a whirl.
Ayla's picks it up and hands it over, making sure that Falchion's wearing gloves. He's quite convinced that between the unsanitary conditions and this virus going around, this whole crew's going to get sick and he's going to have to be explaining the shortfall. So he's watching everyone for hygiene.
I'm not touching anything in this goddamn dome.
Yeah, everybody. We'll just assume everybody has gloves on unless you say otherwise.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll slide it in. I'll turn it up so I can hold up the headphones to my ears, but not actually on my ears.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is. If you can't hear it, I can read it, but I'll let it play first.
Initial reports confirmed. Subject appears to be biochemical in nature.
Wait. Sorry. That was the wrong one.
This is Mike. I'm not okay. Something is wrong. The water... I don't know. I can't stay up here for long. I broke the shower. I told Sonia it was an accident, but it's the water. I don't think it likes the water. I'm going back into the mine. I need quiet. Oh God, I don't know. Please fix me. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. So, I'll read it for you, Bo. Basically, he says, "This is Mike. I'm not okay. Something is wrong. The water, I don't know. I can't stay up here for long. I broke the shower. I told Sonya it was an accident, but it's the water. I don't think it likes the water. I'm going back into the mine. I need quiet. Oh God, I don't know. Please fix me. I don't know what's happening." And then it clicks off.
Ayla looks across to Falchion and says, I think I'll keep hold of that tape, Corporal.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, boss man. I hand it back to him. So,
Sounds like a man on hallucinogens to me.
we going into the mine to fetch his dumb ass then?
Yeah. Dumb bastard stoned. Alright.
I told you. Go out to these damn rocks, and all they do out here is just cook up space meth and shit like that.
God, yeah, you can't blame him though, right? Alright, let's get this job done and get back on our ship and away from all this stuff. Thank you, Mr. Morgan, he'll say a bit more loudly.
Yeah, sure. That was really strange, man. I don't think Mike did drugs, by the way. I don't think so.
He did drugs.
What was that?
Peter just says he did drugs as he fastens the vent back into place and gets back to the ground.
Yeah, no, none of you folk out here are on drugs. Oh, no, not at all. I gesture with my chin. Let's go.
Okay, man. So walk back into the quarters. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, you're heading it back to the workspace.
What's our best way down to the mine? from there,
Yeah,
is
you
it?
have to go straight. Workspace is the only way down into the mine that you know of.
Okay.
I'll sit you down there. You see, when you get down there, Sonia's talking to one of the people that you had met before, the woman, and you hear, and she's like shaking her head and got her hands like open. Like, you can't really hear what she's saying, but she looks confused and maybe concern on her face.
If we can walk in and just hear the conversation without drawing attention to ourselves, we will. Otherwise,
Sure.
say
Yeah,
hi.
that's fine. She basically, I don't know where did he go? He's supposed to be on shift right now. And the girl's, I don't know where he is.
And Ayla's says, someone else gone missing?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, Dana, he was supposed to be on shift right now. Him and Ashraf was going to go down, but I don't know where he got off to.
We haven't seen him since he was in this room, right?
No.
Does that mean if he didn't go past that, does that mean he has to have gone down either to the mine or to the second hangar, or are there other places he could have gone?
You think that's true? Yes. Unless he went back out to your hangar, he could have went that way too. But
Okay. Well, we didn't see him, so he's either gone out to one of the hangars or back down the mine. Either way seems a bit odd, right?
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. How confident are you in your drug testing policy?
What? What are you talking about?
Well, it's starting to seem like Mr. Jones had a bit of a nasty habit, right? Well,
I can
I think
pull.
half your crew's got
I can.
nasty habit.
I can pull up the last drug test results. None of my people have ever failed a drug test.
Sure. And no one ever bribes anyone to fake the results. Yeah.
Yeah, because miners on an asteroid in the middle of nowhere make a lot of money to bribe people.
All right. He sort of Aylas looks across at the rest of his crew and it sort of gives them a knowing nod, and so says, "Well, I think we need to head down to the mine and look for Mr. Jones and possibly Mr. Dana. Did you say
Dana Lewis.
Dana Lewis?
Mhm.
Right.
Well, there's plenty of vac suits up there. I can walk you through the process of heading down the freight elevator to the mine.
Well, yes, please.
And she walks over and points out the vac suits and basically gives you all the operational know-how to go down into the mine. I prefer if you don't touch any of the tech or mechanical stuff down there, since you're certainly not rated for that, and I don't want you to break anything. Good?
Yep.
Good.
I think you'll find my crew very professional.
Okay.
Slight emphasis on the my, but not so much that she's absolutely certain.
Yeah, she just shrugs. Okay, well, you can head on down. If you see Dana down there, tell him to, well, get to work.
Yeah. Well, he can he radio up? Tell you he's down there?
Yeah, there's a two-way radio.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what's going on.
All right.
Okay. So we'll get together at the head of the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
So they turn around to the other three and say, right, if anyone's got any other suggestions, any concerns, now's your time.
Yeah, real quick, boss. You know, I just want to help out this place any way I can, and I noticed this vent up above head was a little bit loose. Let's see if we can try to help him out, huh?
Another loose vent. Interesting. Yeah, please do.
And he gets up on one of the office chairs and takes out his work gloves again and unscrews the vent, and this time he kind of does it very cautiously, looking for cassette to fall out or something worse.
Yeah, nothing falls out. You kind of peek into the vent as your curiosity is piqued, and you see that it would be a pretty tight squeeze for a man of your size, but potentially someone smaller could wedge themselves in there maybe, but you don't see anything in there. Sonya's like, what are you doing exactly?
Oh, just in the mess hall, one of your fans was broken, and I heard this one rattling something crazy too. Figured I'd just try to help you out. I'm handy with my hands, and like I said, it's all for the company, Sonia. And
Okay,
gives him a.
make sure you tighten it up there.
Alrighty, all right. It's nothing out of the usual there.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Ailers, we're going to have to keep searching for when I find a full collection of tapes.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for, there's my rock tape and the cassette player and the mess if you really want to listen to something good.
Get all the goddamn plants and puts the vet back, and he cares not for Dr. Soon's science.
She considers that for a moment, like puts her hand on her chin and just shakes her head and goes and sits back down at a terminal.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Peters. Right, shall we head on down? All right then. We'll start heading down. Follow the procedure we were given and start heading down to the mine.
Yep. Give me a sec. Okay. This huge freight elevator takes you down, and it dum 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 dum, just the sound of this mechanical apparatus lowering you further and further into the asteroid's belly. You finally come to a stop. You're all in vac suits at this point, so big kind of bulky suits, and above you hear a mechanical thunk, and the red light on the elevator turns into green, and then the door in front of you opens. You're each wearing, special boots that kind of dig into the ground below you to help you keep your footing as you feel kind of the pull of open air and not much gravity around you, as now you're speaking through large helmets, essentially. You see another man. He's kind of bent over doing something. He has a arc welder, and he's leaned over a piece of equipment, and he seems he's soldering something together.
Peters cries out to him.
Why don't you go ahead on upstairs and report to work? Sonia's scared shitless.
He turns around. What?
Your name's Dana, ain't it?
No, man. I'm not Dana. I'm Jerome.
Yeah, I think Dana was the one we saw before. Different fella. No tattoos, I don't think. Sort of examines him.
Yeah, Dana had that weird eye shit going on there. This guy looks like a right friendly sort.
He turned.
Couldn't tell with the back suit. Sorry, boss.
Yeah, it is a little hard to see because you are wearing kind of bulky things. He turns off the welder and kind of like pulls himself over to you. Yeah, you're here for the cargo pickup? It's a little late. My crew, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
We're actually down here to look for your colleague, Mr. Jones.
Oh, Mike,
Well,
yeah.
I think we may have come down here by himself. Oh, what's happened to your crew?
Well, I don't know. Dana's Dana's supposed to be reporting for duty, and I'm just out here with my dick in the wind doing this shit by myself, I guess.
Yeah, Dana's wandered off somewhere. We'll see if we can find him too. Presumably you didn't see him come down here, though.
No. No, I just came down here an hour ago to get an early start on my shift.
All right then. Was there any sign of a radio at the bottom of the elevator shaft?
Yeah, there's that's where the main radio is from the mine entrance to the workspace above.
Okay, so Aylas will go to the radio and press the button. And as soon as he sort of hears a reply, he'll say, "Dana's not down here, Mr. Jerome, was it?"
Yeah, my last name's Davis.
Yeah, Mr. Davis here says that Dana didn't actually come down this way, so I think you're looking for him in one of the hangars, seeing as he didn't go past us. It seems like you might have another few members of a work crew unaccounted for, so we'll see if we can find them. Alright, Ayla's out. And finish the message and walk off. And Ayla's is looking really fed up at the moment. As far as he's concerned, there's a load of incompetent, lazy, dirty miners who are just getting off their faces on drugs and wandering off and getting lost, and he's going to have to find them. So he comes back to the rest of the crew and sort of says, "Looks like we might be nursemaiding a few more. I think they're all at it round here, right? You know." And he sort of makes a gesture of someone taking a puff on something, maybe something worse.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyway, listen. Down there is the rest of the mine if you want to keep exploring for Mike. I haven't been down there today yet, so if you think it came down here, that's the only way to go.
All right, thank you. We'll see if we find your men. Were they down there as well?
Who?
Your crew. You said your crew.
No one's reported for duty.
Oh, I see. So just Dana and yeah. Well, they're up there trying to find Dana.
All right, well, I'll start.
Sorry,
I'll
I've got
keep
missing
doing
people on the
repairs
brain at the
here, I
moment.
guess. I don't know. Fucking stupid, man. I don't want to be down here all day.
Us neither.
All right, well, be careful down there. It's rocky and a lot of sharp rocks, and kind of that's the stuff.
All right, thanks. And Ayla starts leading off in that direction. He'll turn to see if anyone has anything to say, and if not, he'll start heading off that way.
Can you guys? Let's see. Can you each give me an untrained roll?
Untrained.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Do it out of intellect is fine.
Unskilled test. Speed, intellect, combat.
And there should be an intellect one, I think.
Intellect?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Bunch of dummies.
Yeah. Aylers, you turn around to talk to people as you're kind of moving away. All of a sudden, you notice Jerome is gone. The door is still closed. You would have heard it open. You're almost sure of that. There's literally nowhere else to go. You do notice that his laser cutter torch is laying on the ground.
Okay, Ayla's will turn around to the others and say, "He's gone. He's just buggered off. How'd he do that? He was there and now he's..."
What are you talking about?
Peters kind of turns around and says,
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's one slippery motherfucker. He said he didn't want to be down here by himself. Probably slipped off down one of these mine shafts, and I don't know.
How the fuck did we miss him?
Yeah, there's only one mine
Wes
shaft,
is one
right?
of them.
That's a good point.
So am I right in saying there's only one mine shaft and you'd have had to go past us to get it? And apart from that, there's the elevator, which is still presumably at the bottom.
That's correct. There's the elevator or the mine shaft. That's it.
Well,
I'm gonna do something real dumb. I'm gonna look up on the ceiling.
Yeah, you look up the ceiling. It's kind of dark, and you flip on your flashlight on your helmet. You look around, and you don't see anything.
Well, how do you come up to sign here? You can see if there's any side shafts or anything else.
No, you can't find anything.
Well,
Okay.
XO, I don't mean to, rustle your jollies there, but I mean, he would have had to get past you, wouldn't he have?
Yeah. Yeah, this just went from drug addicts wandering off to something weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Peters. I'm getting a weird feeling about this.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Doc, are you picking up any strange readings on any of your fancy scientific instruments down here? I'm sure you got something, right?
I cannot.
Ayla's is going to sort of motion everyone to kind of stay where they are, and he's getting slightly weirded out now. So he's going to, if he can reach it with his suit on, he's going to take his revolver out, and but not like point it at anything.
Yeah, sure.
Just have it in hand, and he's going to go over to where Jerome was standing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, boss man, we going hot?
I don't know yet. Have it to hand.
I'll get my SMG out.
Okay, and yeah, go and just kind of examine the area where he was. Just look for any kind of holes in the rock. Anything could he have fallen into any machines or anything like that?
Yeah, you look around, and at first you don't see anything of particular interest at all. But you're there for a few moments, and you see maybe looks like the rocks have been disturbed in that area, and your eyebrows kind of raise as you see just a drop of yellow goo.
Okay, I'll stand well back for it and say, Dr. Soon, time to grab that sample. I can see some yellow goo.
Do you have a scalpel and maybe a little chalk?
Yeah, you would have enough stuff to collect it safely.
Yeah, let's scrape off a bit.
Yeah, you're able to scrape off the goo into a little container.
While he's doing this, I'm kind of keeping an eye out around the area. Just in case there's some kind of, strange wildlife around here or something odd going on. Just feeling a little unsettled.
Yep. You don't see anything.
So how's it looking, Doctor?
Well, it seems to be collected into this jar.
Yeah, it's just a kind of gelatinous material. It's like bright yellow. You would need to study it under, at a lab to really get any kind of specifics out of it, probably.
If I had to assume, I would say it is yellow in nature, gelatinous, and probably some sort of...
So glad we brought you, Doc. All right, fair enough. You need a proper lab. There's nothing you can tell about it? No?
As I said, it is yellow.
So there's is there any sign of I guess this yellow goo was where the rocks were disturbed, but anything else there? Is there any chance there's anything hidden under them or behind them?
Yeah, you do a thorough search of the area, you don't see anything.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna have to move on.
You know what? Hold up. Do we have anything hot?
There's a blowtorch on the ground.
And there's more goo on the ground, right?
Yeah, probably a little bit.
Try heating it up, see what happens. Might as well. They want me to examine this shit, we'll fuck around. Do some science.
Yeah, you begin to burn it, and the parts that you do burn just disintegrates under the heat of the arc welder.
Nothing, no.
No.
Like reaction, nothing.
Not with that.
It seems that fire is an adequate way to remove.
Why don't you take your back suit off and smell it, Doc?
I suppose I could taste it as well.
Morgan would probably feed it to his bloody cat. All right then, thanks, Doc. Could be useful. Let's move on. Yeah, I think just keep weapons handy. I don't know. I'm just not liking this. So we can start heading down. If does Dr. Soon have any kind of weapon?
He has a scalpel, a trank gun, and a stun baton.
Okay.
My mind is my greatest weapon.
You're the best. You're the most astute clinician I've ever met.
You're still gonna die.
Plants don't like metal.
So, Doctor, why don't you have you actually taken that that torch?
No, I probably would have left.
Okay, so Ellis will suggest that you take it. So, why don't you hang on to that, Doc? If it's useful for getting rid of that stuff, you might need it.
I am sure that is one of many methods.
Yeah, but it's the only one we know works, right?
I suppose so. Corporal, would you mind grabbing that for me?
It's game over, man!
You want me to grab the thing that you should have on you so you can use it later?
Well, you are much stronger, and it would hamper my investigation. I need my hands to make proper examination.
Oh shit. Oh god, crewman, do you have some fucking duct tape so I can slap it on his back?
Let's get the fuck on with it, man.
Let's just keep moving. Dr. Soon, pick it up. Let's get moving. Come on.
Fucking begrudgingly pick that shit up for some reason. I did not study welding.
You're supposed to put it in your mouth and pull the trigger.
That comes later. All right, we'll head down towards the mine.
All right.
Oh, sorry, further into the mine. Head down to that mine shaft.
Yep. You head down into the mine shaft. You see that in the rock there's ore all over the place. You can see why there's clearly, this mine is here. This is what they are actually looking for. There's guardrails, or more like handrails, welded into the side of the rock, so it's easier to move in here with your hands, and you can tie off ropes, and they do all kinds of things. It appears here they've done a lot of mining by hand, because it's not quite open as the other parts of the area.
And I'm assuming Peters will be leading the way down in this area. And you can hear his voice kind of calling back through his vac suit. Careful there. Careful there. Step there. Don't step there. There we go. Grab a hold of the rope and pull your weight on along. Does it? Huh. This looks to be an area that they mined by hand. This is delicate work. And he kind of looks around. I suppose he's kind of in his element. Is there anything unusual about the ore being mined? The technique of the work they are doing?
No. It seems to be pretty good craftsmanship in your view, but you do see that there is a crack in one of the sides of the wall that you see kind of, there's some scuffs on it, maybe some scorches. Maybe it seems like it would open into another room. You can barely see with your light on your helmet kind of pointing in that direction. That you could probably get through there if you squeeze through. Down, it's obvious there's a huge chasm and a hole that goes further into the mines, where probably a lot of the mining has happened, but probably less than is here.
Boss, there's a crevice up here. As Dr. Soon may put it, a crevasse. I'm gonna go up, take a look here. And he brings out his crowbar and kind of.
All right, take it careful, Mr. Peters.
Back. As he looks back, you see his kind of flashlight that's mounted to his helmet. Don't I always, XO? All right, easy does it. And he can feel the stone beneath his boots, kind of this kind of gritty sensation as he kind of peers through the crevasse and tries to figure out what's on the other end.
I was laughing at the crevasse stuff. You get into this room. It is completely dark. There's no ambient light from the mine tunnel outside, really. Very little. You see on the sides of the wall, it's very smooth. It's strange. And it opens into a cavern in a big arch. In the middle of the room is this fleshy pod looking thing. It almost looks like a green bean, and there's this pus leaking out of a vertical gash on this pod, and as your helmet kind of looks on it, it's just all this yellow goo spilling out of it. You notice nearby there's a workstation. It's very out of place. It's like a portable computer set up near it. There is a scanner next to it, and it looks like it is has a bunch of scientific readings that you don't quite understand that's sitting there. And then there's a scrap of paper next to it that's pinned down with a little, essentially a pin with a needle. And it has, you don't know what it, you're not close enough to read it, but.
Peters looks at it and kind of, you can hear the camera kind of pans on him. You can hear his breathing. And the inside of his vac suit's fogging up just a little bit.
Ayers, Dr. Soon, Falcon,
Yep.
you gotta see this. This is quite unfucking usual. There's something in this cavern. The walls are all sorts of smooth. Doesn't seem to be made by any sort of typical mining mechanism I'm aware of. And there's some sort of pod in the center. Seems to be organic to me. I'm gonna take a closer look with your permission, Ayers. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. There's also some sort of workstation. We're not the only ones that's discovered this. This is
Take it careful, Mr. Peters. Maybe Dr. Soon go through and join him. Have a bit of a look at that. You said a workstation, yeah? Scientific workstation?
some sort of portable workstation here. Somebody's been taking readings on this biologic.
Doctor sounds right up your alley.
Well, if the data collected is indeed of human biology, then yeah.
Well, you're the closest we've got. Go on, give it a go.
Peters turns around and eases his way through the crevice and then extends his left hand, kind of pulling the doctor along if he would be akin to do so.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, you bring him in, and then you discover what Peters has seen. It all looks very alien to you.
Huh. I cannot say I'm familiar with that. Why don't you go over there and pick it up?
You're about as useless as tits on a hog. You know that, Doc?
And he has his crowbar.
Yeah, he has.
He has his crowbar out. And I want to use my 0G to kind of get a little closer, but maintain my distance from the pod and move towards the workstation.
Yep. Go ahead, roll it.
All right. Let's see. I think it's in my trained, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Trained. Oh, it's not there. Expert test. Oh, what's that's the roll from the sheet?
I look over to Eilers. Yeah, they're probably fine in there, ain't they?
I think we should probably join him.
What? Are you fucking serious? I don't want to go in there.
Let's see here. So if I do train test.
Yeah, train test. It's just you can't actually select a skill. So just select.
Okay.
Your I don't know what that would be. That would be probably strength or something.
0G strength. Perfect.
Yeah.
Ayla's is had to go towards the crevice as well.
Yeah, as you guys come in, you see crewman Peters kind of. Why don't you describe it how you get super close, but just perfectly away from the pod and right in front of the terminal.
So you hear Peters, and you hear the jet of his vac suit kind of ignite, and he kind of grabs onto the wall and uses the wall to kind of walk himself around the perimeter of the chamber. And once he gets to kind of like the area that's perpendicular to the workstation, but furthest away from the pod, he walks himself in and eventually gets to the workstation.
Yeah,
I'm no technician, Doctor, so you want to guide me through this.
Well, what do you see?
you see something that's very obvious even to somebody who's not a computer technician. On the on the on the screen is, you don't know what these are. There's a bunch of numbers and mumbo jumbo that you don't quite comprehend, but you see that it's clearly this scanner is sending some sort of these readings to the Hercules, and the Hercules is the other ship docked at this mining facility. You saw that in the manifest as you were coming in. And then there's, next to it, you see a scrap of paper, handwritten, with the number 0389 on it.
This workstation ain't local, boss. This thing is beaming some data up to another ship. It looks to be, according to the readout, the Hercules. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the other vessel that was docked with this goddamned asteroid. And then he gives out the code number or whatever it was.
Yeah, 0389.
0389. Over.
Is that all you see?
You come take a closer look, motherfucker.
I suppose so. He'll approach. He'll take a close look at that pod, too, while he's walking by.
Yeah, the pod is open, and why don't you give me a roll? Let's see. How about biology?
Well, we got xenobiology. That's an untrained skill.
Yeah, biology is xenobiology would probably be better. Yeah. Is that how's the path there? Is xenobiology under the trained or the expert? Oh, that's in the master.
Under master?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a biology. And we'll say...
Yeah, I just gave you biology.
Yeah, just biology is fine.
I mean, like, how...
Just do a trained skill roll with intellect. Yeah.
There you go, son.
Yeah.
See, you do science.
Here, I'll whisper you this.
Do we have any heat sensor? Is this thing warm?
You see in the scanner results that are going off, it's giving some like temperature. It's definitely warmer than the room around it. It does have some heat to it, yeah.
I want to poke it with something.
What are you going to poke it with?
The tip of the welder.
You start kind of poking it and nothing really happens.
It doesn't like collapse in. It doesn't pulsate.
No. Mm-mm.
Is it hard? Is it squishy?
It's squishy.
Can I tip it over and get a look inside?
No, it's the bottom of it seems attached to the ground.
Like to the rock?
Yes. Almost fused into it or grown into it.
I'm gonna give it a kick. How, like, thoroughly is it lodged in there?
Give me a combat roll. Yeah.
On the balls on the dock.
How do I do that?
So give me an untrained combat roll. Untrained test. Yeah. Hold on one sec.
Oh shit, Peter! This looks like the doc's on that space meth too.
As you kick this thing, some of the yellow goo that's kind of spilled out onto it flies onto your pants. I would like everybody to take a point of stress and go ahead and put that in your
How do I already have 2 stress,
that's
damn
what
it?
you start with, yeah.
Alright, I have 3 now.
We've got a tough job.
Man, I can't even smoke down here.
But yeah, nothing happens.
I gave you an e-cigar.
Oh, yeah.
This is very peculiar. It seems that... And is it egg-like?
It is kind of egg-like, yeah. Only softer. The outside is like a fleshy pod.
This... I'm not gonna say carapace, but... The shell, this pod, seems to have been fused with the rock. And... even against my best efforts, I am unable to remove it. It does, however, give off some heat. It's organic in nature, though no animal I've seen has laid an egg, or no plant, really. Very foreign, not my field of expertise.
So we didn't really. What did we get from the terminal?
Well, the terminal is definitely sending results of this thing.
the Hercules.
Yeah, to the Hercules. And then there's a number written on a piece of paper next to it.
But could we actually make out what the results were saying, or was
it's
it just
mostly
it's
like
just a load of data?
Yeah, it's just all kinds of everything you could think of, like the heat, the the composition of certain things, just various things that don't really register to you. You don't have any expertise in this. And although Dr. Soon has some idea of what they are, but the basics, but some of it is a little beyond what he understands, what they would be needing it for.
Yeah. And I guess there's no sign down here of any of the missing people.
Not in this room.
Yeah. Okay. Ayla sort of gathers himself and sort of says, "All right. Well, look, this is weird as hell, but this isn't why we're here." And it gives me the creeps as well. We can include it in our report, but I don't think this is any of our business, and I don't like the fact that that's got on you, Dr. Soon. So, have we got any idea who last logged on to this terminal? And who and when?
You could use a computer roll.
Yeah, okay, I can give that a go. I think
it's trained at least.
Yeah, I've got trained there. Okay, let's do trained and intellect.
As you're messing with the terminal, you knock it over. You kind of trip and it just goes flying over and splashes into the yellow goo It's still on and doing things, but it's just like kind of half submerged in it.
Oh, bloody vac suits. Oh, I can't do anything in these things. Shit. Oh, well, that's fucked. I'm not touching that now. All right.
Nice, boss.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. Not much we can do now, though.
Don't worry. We're 500 meters down in an asteroid. No witnesses. And also says, and no one to hear you scream.
Yeah, all right, thank you. And Aylas will turn back towards the way we came in. And just, is there any way sort of on from here?
No, it's
Or,
like
just
a
back out the way we came?
completely enclosed cavern.
We could go back down the shaft, though.
Yes, you could.
Yeah. Okay. Let's carry on. So right, we'll carry on further. Dr. Soon, see if you can wipe that shit off you. I don't like it.
Oh, I suppose I did bring this blowtorch as you requested. I could attempt to burn it off.
Yeah, definitely. You should try that.
Yeah, go on, give it a go. Give it a go, smart guy.
That was humor.
Jesus Christ, did we get him? Where did we find him, man?
Look, he's cheap.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I just finished grad school.
I never would have guessed.
All right, come on. But seriously, let's see if you can at least wipe some of it off. Yeah, I know we've got limited supplies, limited tools to get it off you, but do your best, all right?
We'll stomp on the ground really hard and hopefully shake some of it off.
Yeah, some of it comes off. You can see there's a slight stain still there.
Just don't touch it when you take the suit off, all right? All right, come on then. Yeah, Aylas is getting a little bit rattled and a bit tetchy. He sort of takes a few deep breaths and then goes, right, on. We'll find this guy. We'll give it, like, I don't know, 15 minutes. If we don't find him, we'll just say he was. We found him. I mean, he hit his head after doing too many drugs, right? I don't want to go too far in this place. It's getting to me.
You head down. Pretty standard mine. Just rocks everywhere. But there's a big groove, and that rail on the side of the mine continues down. The first thing you notice in the middle of the walkway, or where people would walk, is an empty vac suit just slumped in a heap. And then in the wall next to it is a burnt from probably some sort of torch, and it just reads out silence. And next to it is a handprint of yellow goo.
Oh.
What shit is that? Hey, Doc, maybe you can answer me this. There ain't no breathable air in here, right?
No.
I suppose we can test. What's the atmosphere in this place?
It's space. It's open to space.
But we have an organic pond. Are those fucking trees, or is it all rock?
It's all rock. Those are stalactites.
I do not believe we are acclimated to this environment. We will not be able to breathe should you take off your...
So,
you're more than welcome to try.
Nah.
Would anyone like to explain to me how someone took off a vac suit and they aren't just lying here dead? Do you think one of them killed the other one? But why take him out the vac suit? I mean, This makes no sense.
None of
Drug
this
money.
makes any fucking sense. Drug money. Listen, I don't believe much of what's going on down here, but I believe, between you and me, drugs probably ain't involved. Listen, man, it's not too late to quit. It's not too soon to go back up topside, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peter's kind of like kicks the suit with his foot, kind of looking under it. Do we hear that, or is that just?
Oh, that's just ambient music. No, there's no.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were hearing that.
No. Sorry, no.
So, Ellis says, you know what? I think you're probably right, but... and I feel bloody stupid saying this, but I think I need to know. If I don't find out what happened here, I'm going to be seeing this spacesuit about 3 a.m. You know what I mean? When you wake up and you got the cold sweats, and
Yeah, I know.
I want to know. I want to know that this was just two blokes had an argument, and one off the other one. That I can handle. At the moment, I'm imagining every kind of weird shit under the sun. So a little bit further, but then you're right. If we can't find anything, we'll head back, and the report will read that he was a drug addict who hit his head.
I mean, shit, we got the suit right here, boss.
Yep.
All we gotta do is say that they went nuts. They got space madness or some dumb shit like that, and shit, we can get this shit and get out of here.
Well, we need it to be something that's not covered by insurance, remember, right?
We got a suit and we don't have a man.
Yeah. I think we say drugs, and then he went out and took his suit off. Yeah.
All respect to the good Dr. Soon. There's a lot that's unexplained in this wide and marvelous universe. And some of it, it's not meant for us to be poking our goddamn faces into, if you know what I mean. We got this pod leaking all sort of pus and all sorts of other nasty shit, like that goddamn stain on Soon's uniform. And we got a man who's disappeared and left his uniform here for us to find. Listen, if we continue on, we are treading on thin ice, boss.
We are that, but trouble is, Peters, we don't have a body. We still don't have a body.
Any of you feel that?
You what now?
You what,
No.
motherfucker?
Is it trembling? Is the ground shaking?
No, what? Feel shit.
I don't feel a goddamn thing. That's your cowardice, motherfucker.
Am I? I'm feel my bleeding.
No, you're not bleeding. You can't really tell. I mean, you have a big, thick leggings on, that goes into the vac suit. It's hard to see.
Like if I touch it, does it sting?
It does not.
You're freaking me out, Dr. Soon. What
Soon
the hell are you talking about?
There ain't no rumbling soon. What you going on?
Maybe we should return to the station.
Boss Aylis. This is way beyond my goddamn pay grade. I'm looking for you for direction here, son.
Yeah, well, Aylis was just staring at Soon. He sort of says, "What's going on, Doctor?"
I may need to lay down. I've overexerted myself. Would you mind carrying this float?
Doctor, you've been walking.
You've been walking in micrograv, Doc.
My legs just feel tired, and I can swear that it's the ground. It's shaking, or maybe it's me.
All right, we're getting you back topside. Yeah, I'm calling it. Peters, Felchin, give him a hand, but do not let any of that shit touch you.
Not touching him.
Has he got any of the stuff on his gloves? If I'm not sure, I'll tell him to show
Dr.
us.
Soon, does he have any on his gloves?
Yeah.
No, he does not. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Boss man, I'll give him some words of fucking encouragement, but I ain't going near him.
Fine, says Aylis, and he goes and he puts one arm round Sun, makes very careful that he is not touching the yellow goo, and says, "Right, come on, right, everyone, move, going back topside."
Yeah, Peters would do the same, but kind of uses his crowbar to move his limbs out of the way and kind of hook on.
So, give me 2 seconds here.
I'll be in the back, keeping guard.
Got the horses in the back.
Alright, give me just 2 seconds.
Your new name's gonna be motherfucker.
Okay, I would like everyone to make a fear check, and I'll explain why in a moment. Those are on your sheet. I think they're just called. Let me see. Yeah,
it's just
over
a
to the
check.
right under saves.
Oh, okay.
Saves here.
Oh, fuck.
Critical fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody who
I'm brave.
failed, please give yourself 1 stress. Peters, you're walking back towards the mine entrance, and you're kind of looking around. You're pretty paranoid at this point, and you see on the ground something that looks like it's causing a print in the ground, and it's coming towards you. It's like moving the dirt, but you don't see anything there.
And he kind of stops in his tracks and says, "Boss, Falchion, Doc, do you see what I'm seeing?" And he takes his crowbar, holds it in front of him, and then holds it in front of him. He's breathing fast. And then he kind of almost gets into a battered stance and says, "Please tell me you're seeing what I'm seeing. Something's coming. Something's coming."
Nobody else sees anything. You're looking around. You don't know what he's talking about.
The hell you talking? What are you talking about, Peters? There's nothing here.
And he kind of points it out on the ground.
As you do that, the claws, whatever's in front of you is like 2 feet in front of you, Peters. What do you do?
I'm swinging my crowbar.
Okay. All right, let me set up initiative.
Aylis sees him swing the crowbar. Jesus Christ, Peters!
Okay, there's no way to do this manually or automatically, so. So Peters. All right, so now You're going to make me a combat roll. I think it's at least trained, if not expert, for you. You're going to be rolling at disadvantage. So what disadvantage means is you roll twice and you take the worst, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I got expert, close combat.
Yeah, perfect. Let me look at the disadvantage. I'm pretty sure.
It's probably strength, right? Oh, no, combat.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's combat, yeah. Yep, so you're going to roll this twice and you're going to take the worst roll.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you have disadvantage because...
There we go.
Success. Go ahead.
Success, and then let me do my other one. Expert. Combat. Oh, no.
Yeah, you swing. You think you're going to hit it, but it just does nothing. You just pass through like... Everybody's looking at you like, what the hell's going on? Because he's just swung at air. But all of a sudden... one moment. Is this hooked up correctly? It's not. Sorry. Okay. So you feel something like come across you, like, oh, like you feel like not wind necessarily, but like something like you see just part of your vac suit get scratched, and then all of a sudden everybody sees a huge raking strike across your chest, which does some damage.
Yep.
You take 12 damage. So you just see like him cut across the chest randomly by something that's completely invisible. Oh, actually, I think you get to make an armor save. Make an armor save.
Oh.
And I think vac suit adds something to that. So yeah, the 7. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, you have macro set up. We'll just do that. Saves, armor. It adds 7, you said?
It's already worked in, I'm pretty sure.
It is. It's okay. Okay. So mod is 0. Oh.
Yeah, I think that... fail. So everybody else is actually, since they failed their fear save, is also stunned for 1 round. Okay. So let me just look at something real quick. Attacking... Post check, yeah. Okay, so what we do is we see if anything was better. Since we're both tied, success. Let me see. Let me just see. I think you both succeeded with the same amount.
The Devourer success to hit me is a little higher than my success for the armor.
I don't know that matters. Let me just, sorry. Just look real quick. There's some...
But just narratively, Stet figured this out. Crewman Peters kind of spins around to his right as something rakes across his suit, whether it causes damage and tears the suit or not. You definitely see it, and he kind of stumbles back a little bit. Because of the low gravity environment, he's even probably like thrown back, and you see dust just kind of lift into the air. And he's saying, "Even if you can't see this, motherfuckers, there's something there."
Yeah, let's re-roll.
Reroll my armor?
Yep, because we both succeeded, so if you both succeed, you re-roll. Let me see. Both fail, so I think if both fail, he just misses. If you both...
Rolled a double 0. He rolled a double 0 and was brave.
Why? What failure? You gain 1 stress. Was that an armor roll? You don't get a... I don't understand that, but you don't get a stress for that. But so You both fail, so nothing happens. It misses, but you kind of like stumble back a bit,
Like-
and it is your turn again. Since everybody is kind of stunned for one round.
Yep. I think the crowbar is what I have in hand.
Mhm.
So again, I'm looking around for like where the footprints are, and if I see it, I take a pivot and a step and just take an overhead swing at it.
All right, go for it.
Not bad.
Okay, so it's got to make its. You do hit it. Go ahead and roll a d10.
Am I still at disadvantage
Oh
though?
yeah, you got to roll again. Yeah.
Gotta be honest.
Actually, right now, since it's it's right in front of you and it kind of almost hits you, I would say not. So I would go ahead and just roll d10 for damage.
Roll damage. 1d10.
Okay. So it's its turn, and
So what happens?
so you swing this crowbar, and it just everybody sees like him like wind up as hard as he can. He swings, and it just like stops as it comes in contact with something. It's the only thing it could like be, right? And it just looks weird as it stops right in the middle of nothing, right?
Falcon,
Do we see any blood or goo or anything like that where it
You
hit?
do not. It's a bludgeoning blow, so probably you don't know that it would anyway.
get that submachine gun up, motherfucker.
And as you're saying that, Peters, you see on the ground the actual like the prints in the ground turn around and then scurry quickly, and then they disappear. You're not sure where they went.
Okay, move. Everyone out. Out, 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 out. We are not paid for this shit.
Yeah, Peter's just breathing heavy.
What the fuck was that? Peters, are you okay?
That was my attempt to hit a fastball. Let's go, motherfuckers.
Yep. Everyone move. Elevator. And Ayers will pick up Dr. Soon again, still making sure he tries to avoid the contaminated area of his suit.
I mean, he can definitely walk. You're carrying him?
Well, just helping him walk.
Okay.
Because he was
My legs.
I strongly suspect he's malingering, but I don't want to deal with this shit right now.
You can't. Okay, hold on one second.
If Falcon says I'm on space meth, Falcon, you're gonna be the next one in the way of my goddamn crowbar.
You come up and you see Sonya walking back in from the crew quarters, and she looks pale as a ghost. She's like, "Oh my god, did you find him down there? Did you find him?"
Are we out of our vac suits
Yeah,
and stuff now?
you were getting out of them as she kind of walked in.
How's Soon
down.
looking?
He looks fine. I mean,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna actually whisper something to him.
I'll say to Dr. Soon, you and I are gonna have words when all this is over. And he'll turn around to Sonia and say, "No, we didn't find him, but there's something down there, some kind of alien life form. It's we couldn't see it, but it's there. It attacked us."
Peter's stripping out of his suit, and
He takes the mask off and he's talking like this.
then he takes the mask off. It's invisible. It's invisible.
What are you I just one of my men, Kentaro, I don't know what's happened to him. Can you go look at him? Doctor, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it could be.
Is this shit like attached to my leg?
No.
Can I scrape it
Yes,
off?
absolutely.
And I will do that. Am I still tingling?
No.
What appears to be the problem?
He's, turned inside out.
I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just say?
He's turned inside out. I don't know how to describe it. All his organs are outside his body.
No, I get the inside out part, but how the fuck does someone get turned inside out?
I do not believe I can help with that.
I'm
Said, can you go check on him?
I mean, I'm just saying that you might want to look at this for, I don't know,
You woman, stay the fuck away from us. And Peter's hands his crowbar out at Sonya. Hey, boss,
We're going back to the ship.
let's get
We're
the
going
fuck out of here.
Yep.
Hey,
yep, we're
hey,
moving.
you pepper-haired bitch. Stay the fuck
no,
away
I'm
from me and my
coming
crew.
with you. I'm coming with you.
No, you're not. No.
No, you're
If
not.
he comes towards, I'm just going to smack her across the
You
face.
should have hit her.
Jesus.
If she's trying to
No,
come
she
at
no,
us,
she
yeah.
doesn't come at you. She
trying to get on the ship.
steps back and turns and begins punching something into the workstation. And you hear this gurkung. She's like, I've locked down this base, and you're gonna let me go with you, or we're all gonna
Isn't
stay
that
here.
against protocol. You could not let us earlier to see the doctor, but you're able to.
I
do
mean,
that.
I could have,
So you chose to inconvenience us.
because that's what headquarters told me to do, to not let anyone disturb him. If you leave, I'm leaving too.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm going to break her knees.
Jesus.
Okay, you
That escalates
smash her across the knees. She screams out and falls to the ground. Ah!
Fuck out of here.
She's like, yeah. And she actually
All right, boss.
passes out from pain.
Oh, Christ.
Now she can't sort it out, Peters. Come on. Ah.
That was
Constitution.
very excessive. Are you feeling all right?
I'm gonna head.
Fuck
I'm gonna head
a goddamn invisible monster down there while you pissed your goddamn pants talking about trembling earth.
That's what happened.
All right, hold it together, lads. And Aylis is going over to the computer because he did so well last time. And he's going to see if he can see what she typed in.
I want to start sneezing.
Yeah, you go over to the computer and you kind of are a little, or maybe more than a little, surprised as the cat kind of hops up on the table next to you and just kind of looking at you idly as you look at it, and it appears that she's entered some sort of security code to lock down all exits.
Okay, I'll pick the cat up and just put it down off the table.
Yeah, it meow and goes over to another table.
Yeah. All right, and yeah, I'll see if I can see how to override this code because it's hopefully still logged in as her.
You try a few things that you're gonna need her security code.
Damn.
I spent Taro, but apparently he's inside out. And
Yeah.
Peters has his crowbar out, about ready to strike the cat with it.
You guys notice
You
something
better strike
else.
the cat.
You're making quite a scene in here. There's supposed to be like almost a dozen miners here. Where are they?
Probably all turned inside out for all we know.
He's all turned inside out with the big puddles of yellow goo.
Or invisible.
Okay.
We're going to have to go back into the bunks in the mess and see, because we can't get back out to the hangar, right? It's locked down.
Yes, the hangars are both locked.
Yeah, I'll probably
we can't even get to the Hercules either. Then,
Yeah, that's always been locked. Yeah.
narratively up. Using my crowbar on the door. It's not giving away.
Oh, hey, Doc, what is your field of expertise there?
Human biology. So, I do have a minor in mathematics. And I did dabble in geology in high school.
Yeah, that'll really come in fucking handy right now. XO, what are we doing?
We need to get her to come round. She's the only one that can unlock this. See if you can find some water or anything. Doctor, have you got a med kit? I know you're the science officer. Before you say it, I know you're the science officer, not the medical officer, but do you happen to have a med kit with you?
There's the makeshift medical bay that's in the corner of this room that would have it.
Okay, I'm just going to look and see if there's any smelling salts or anything equivalent, anything that will have,
Yes.
ammonia or something strongly smelling.
Shock her.
Yes, probably. Yeah, there's something like that in there.
Okay, I'll go and try and find something and see if I can waft it under her nose and say, Peters, just stay away from the cat. Don't kill it.
You see, give me an untrained, Peters particularly. You give me an untrained intellect check.
Oh, that's going to be especially bad.
Okay.
Oof.
Actually, anybody can. One should all do that.
This is going to be bad.
Wait, what check?
Untrained intellect?
Yep.
Mike. There we go. Good job, boss man.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry, I fucked up Grand Moff Tarkin's wife.
Okay, I'm gonna send this both, yeah.
So Ayla's is looking across at the cat. Can I see what it's looking at?
At first you kind of think it's looking at maybe Peters, just kind of like you think it's kind of amusing if it wasn't in this certain situation, but like it's looking above him at something. But there's nothing there.
Uh-oh. It's looking really intently, right?
I mean, it's looking at something.
Yeah. I'm stressful. Does that mean I'm fairly freaked out right now? I mean, I would say I probably am, right?
Yeah, I would say you all are.
So, yeah. So, rather than thinking, hey, cats do sometimes stare at nothing, Alis is just going to pull out his revolver and shoot where the cat's looking.
Okay. Go ahead and make a combat check.
Okay, I think firearms, I'm expert.
Cool.
So,
Ooh.
nope.
92.
You shoot at something.
My
You just
God.
see Ayler's like turn and just like shoot. I would like everybody to take a stress. He just takes a random shot and it hits the ceiling. After Sonya's kind of coming to. Oh God, my knees! Just get me out of here. And I would like everybody to roll a fear check after that.
Okay.
Okay, one person successful. Okay.
Oh shit. Exo, what the hell are you doing?
I think there might be another of those invisible things there. It was looking at the ceiling, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically, the cat now has jumped off the table and ran.
Yeah, because I fired a gun.
What are you going to do there, Corporal?
Yeah, so I'm sort of pointing up to where I fired at.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I guess I'll turn around and shoot my damn submachine gun.
Nick, go ahead and give me a combat check.
Easiest award for finding NPC art goes to Tet for the Invisible Man.
It was probably harder than actually putting a token in there, to be quite honest. Go ahead and roll again, because you go at disadvantage. So it's going to make a body save. Or not armor, I should say. Actually, on NPCs, it's not called that at all, but whatever. Okay. So we have to re-roll. Ty's re-roll. You didn't get a critical, right? Yeah, okay. So go ahead and roll again. One more time. That's pretty good. Okay, we gotta keep going here.
All right. There it is.
One more time. Could be a critical failure. Did you roll 2 on that one or just 1? Oh, you rolled 2.
I rolled 2.
But it failed. So you both failed. Okay. So since you both failed, you shoot, and you're shooting above it, and like you shoot out the lights, basically. It's
Fuck.
like, and just kind of there's sparks in the ceiling, and then as that happens, let's see. Oh my god. Exo Ailers, I would like you to make a armor save.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh shit.
So as Ailers is shooting up at the ceiling, kind of pointing, all of a sudden you see his arm disappear and blood just begin to spurt out as he's being eaten.
Ah!
Boss!
Kill it! Kill it!
Well, if I know where it's at roughly, I'm gonna shoot again.
Yeah, we all do that, right?
No, the people who failed are out for a whole round, so it would be the corporal's turn because you all failed your surprise.
It's dark. I have anything? Yeah. All right. I will shoot it again.
Okay. I don't know why that's not showing up.
I know where it's at because
Critical success. Okay, it's gonna roll. So that hits it. Go ahead and roll. You should have actually a button for your gun, and it should it's at the last one, WSMG. If you want to just click that, it'll roll damage automatically. We can ignore the. Yeah, so it does 18 damage. It just, how does that look as you see your bullets like disappear and this yellow goo just kind of come out from this thing?
So if the Exo's arm is just vanished as it's going inside this creature, I'm imagining this gout of blood in the shock of the lights flickering above. I catch just part of it, and I catch it on the side and light it up. Fuck you! Go down, motherfucker!
Yeah, as you shoot it, you see Ayler's arm all of a sudden kind of it looks strange. His arm appears again, and he's just kind of holding it to his side, and then you're not sure what's happening at that point.
What can I tell?
It let you go.
Shit.
Okay.
Does anyone have any way of saying this thing?
Let's get out of here. I'll stagger towards the door.
Door's locked.
Oh yeah.
We trap
Is there
in this
anything
one
laying
room.
around? Any liquid? Paint or something?
Not in this room.
I'll just try with my good arm to just fling a load of papers from the table in the rough direction of it.
I'm going to take a stim pack.
Give it to Ayler's, or
Yeah, I'll throw him one, and I'll juice up too.
Make a one-handed catch, son.
Thanks.
yeah, let me see.
Thanks. So what does that do?
I gotta look. I think it's
Immediate 2d10 to health and temporary increases strength and combat by 2d10 for each for 1d10 hours.
okay. So let's just do the health first. Do 2d10 for each. Well, Ayler's needs that. Nobody else really does.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so add 9 to your hit points, and then just both do 2d10
Okay.
for getting jacked up. You're the only ones doing drugs on this place.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the irony.
So 9 for you. You said it was strength
And combat.
so just increase your strength and combat by 9 each. Or I'm sorry, 9 for Ayler's. Falchion, you can roll your own.
So just put that in the mod,
Yep.
right?
So 9 for you as well, and go and it's at least 1 hour, so don't worry about it.
All right.
So what are you gonna do? You throw the papers; they do nothing.
Right.
Is there like a fire suppression or something?
Yeah, there probably is.
Oi, boss lady.
Oh, what?
Fire suppression. Anything to coat this damn thing.
It's water.
And Peter's like, I'm not going to wait for her. And he takes out his the torch and just like starts kind of spraying it at the ceiling.
Yeah, this
Trash.
room just begins like there's a bunch of like water that shoots out for a few minutes, and doesn't appear to be anything like that. It's running off, weirdly. I'm gonna let me whisper something.
You mentioned that it when it was shot there was some sign of goo.
Yes.
Can we still
Yeah,
see
the
that?
goo. Yes, the goo is on the ground, and it is like gyrating as the water hits it, like it's almost trying to get out of the way.
This
Remember,
thing,
Jones-
like that cat, doesn't like water.
Yeah, like Jones's tape.
Comes the boss. You okay, boss? You need me to take care of that?
No, it's all right. Thanks. Stimpak's taking the worst stuff.
All right.
Hell yeah, it does.
We need to put this thing down. I can't see it. How can I not see it?
You think I was swinging down there in the mine? You can't see
No.
this thing. It's invisible.
But I mean the water, right? That's why we put the water on, because it should show it up. Why is it not? Why can't we see it
should
bleeding?
Turn the water off. It is not conducive. Ugh. It
True.
is
True.
disgusting.
It must have gone away.
Yeah, you don't
Peters
think
goes
it, you
over to
don't
the
think it's
doors.
in this room currently.
Yeah.
Mm.
He goes to the door, tries to thrust it open. Obviously can't.
Yeah, you can't get into the. You can't. Just take me with you. I'll open it. Let's get out of here.
I'm sorry about your knees, woman, but you shut the fuck up.
I'll look at her. Is she obviously has she got any yellow goo on her?
She does not. No.
She's showing any signs of infection, kind of fever, anything
No,
like that?
And Peters looks to
Right.
Exo. Ask her about the Hercules. She knows. She's the administrator of this place.
Yeah, you better start talking if you want us to take you with us.
All I know is that I reported the goo to HQ and the scientists came. What I know is that he's been studying it. That's all I know, really.
Why didn't you tell us that when we came?
I didn't think it was important. And
Jesus
HQ
Christ, motherfucker.
told me not to tell anyone.
I swear to
Oh.
God, my crowbar is getting fucking itchy, and your temple is
All
looking
right.
real good right now, woman.
Stand down, Peters. We all know what HQ are like. They make us all act like bastards. All right. Can you unlock all this? Get us out to our ship.
My security card. Yes, I can get
Okay.
us out. I can open the door to the Hercules too.
Right. Okay. Let's get us to our ship.
Oh, good.
Peters makes he puts the two fingers to his eyes and two fingers to
She's like,
Sonia's
I'm
eyes.
not sure I
How
can
about
walk
you?
in. It's in my bunk. Can someone go get it?
Dr. Sim, go get it.
No, that thing's out. That thing's out there. We stick together.
I'll go get it. Where's your bunk at?
That's the.
We all go
It's the
together.
first.
Fortune.
Oh, fuck. It's the first bunk on the left in there.
All
You
right.
sleep with your crew?
Of course I do.
You putting it like that, Peters?
We do not have time for this. Let's move. Let's get the key. We all stick together.
Right.
And I assume the lights are flickering. It's wet. There's
Yeah.
shit everywhere. We all kind of shuffle forward together through the corridors that are already kind of in disrepair.
Yeah, you go in there and you kind of give a sidelong glance and you see Kentaro and his insides are out. You can't help but look. I want everybody to make a panic check.
Fuck.
So basically you're rolling to see if it's under your stress. Everybody's succeeding. Yeah, it doesn't bug you guys that bad somehow.
Hard. First it's hard.
We were all prepared for it after she
Yeah.
described it. Oh yeah, right.
He seems to have abnormally large colon.
It's a roll of drug abuse on this station. And so
Yeah, he's well ventilated now.
yeah, you essentially go in there and you find this key card pretty quickly.
Okay. Right, let's get back to her fast.
Yeah, you head back to the other room. She's gone.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, walk out here.
So I knew the I could see the command to do it, right? But I didn't have her
Right.
her
That's
code.
correct.
Could I just use her
Yes.
key card? Okay, I'll just use that then.
Yeah, you plug it into the key card and you hear ding, ding, both those outer doors unlock.
Stay sharp. It's around somewhere. It could be in here right now. Watch for any signs, any ripples in the water, any scraping along the ceiling, anything. Keep an eye out.
Actually, Peters will light up one of his cigars, actually. And full smoke out.
Cool fucking Metal
Did-
Gear.
No, because the smoke might outline him.
Did the cat just
No.
leave
No,
or
it's
disappear?
been gone since you shot your gun earlier.
That's been gone.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, well, I want to smoke and get the smoke, smoky room.
You violate regulations and begin to smoke inside
Regulations.
as you head out towards your ship. You see that there's a few guys, and one of them's like, when are we gonna get started? Loading the cargo.
Get in the ship.
That's
Get in the ship now. We are leaving.
Hiller's arms mangled.
Yeah, they're fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they head inside with you. Give me a sec.
Okay. I'll say Falchion, Peters, make sure it's not on this ramp with us. Can't let it in the ship.
How the fuck you want me to do that, boss? Harsh language?
Yeah, I mean
what
the
you
ramp
can.
was already open. That's one thing that's very.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, the doors weren't open until we opened.
Oh
them,
no,
right?
they
And then
they
we
were
went in
they were
long
open.
after.
They were just
Yeah,
waiting
no,
for the
we're
cargo. They
dumbasses.
just had the ready for cargo.
I know, but I mean at our end the doors weren't open. At the our end of the ramp, right?
You mean going into your
think it's
ship? Yes, yeah, they were
Yeah.
open. The cargo bay doors were open to wheel things in.
Yeah. We're having an alien scenario here. We just opened our back door.
Yeah, I mean, narratively, Peters and Falchion probably would brace themselves in the door. They wouldn't. Anybody. I'm smoking my cigar. I'm like going, blowing smoke everywhere.
I look over to Peters.
Trying to find it.
Oh, fuck. You ready for this?
I'm not fucking ready for this. You ready for this?
No, fuck.
Nowhere in my training did it say fight invisible motherfuckers.
Yeah, you think I signed up to do that myself? Fuck.
You're a
Hey,
highly trained soldier. I'm a goddamn miner.
Yeah, and they didn't train us to fucking shoot shit we couldn't see.
Hey,
Aders will look back and say to them, "I don't think you gentlemen read the small print in your contract." And he'll smile as best he can, and then say, "Look, we just need to lock down, go room to room. I'll let the captain know. We can prep as best we can." Oh damn, that's a big cargo bay.
Go ahead and give me a
I can't what's up with smoke.
Go ahead and give me a fear check.
I can't
Look harder.
hotbox.
Look harder.
I can't hotbox inside the cargo bay.
Puff harder, man.
Yeah, go
Once again, I'm
fear
sorry.
checks. Yeah.
Fear save.
God damn it.
Oh.
Did everybody roll? I guess so. So nobody passed. Give yourself one stress. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yep. Let me. Oh God, you guys are totally fucked.
We know.
Yeah.
One sec.
Oh no, the red ring with nothing in it.
It's the worst thing to see. Okay, or not see.
I mean, it is the red ring of death.
Dr. Soon, go ahead and make a armor roll. Armor check.
Oh shit.
To the right, it's on the main page of your sheet on the right. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, 0-0.
He's rolling at disadvantage,
upon
so go
my
ahead and roll
body.
again.
Roll again.
Yeah, that's good enough to
There you go.
success. But critical successes versus a success, the critical success wins. So basically, you see Dr. Soon sitting there, and all of a sudden, or standing there, and all of a sudden, like, part of his leg disappears. As you've seen this before. You guys are kind of in shock of what happens. So basically, go ahead and make a body save, Dr. Soon, or it will be a critical hit again. Now this, you don't need to roll twice. Okay, so that's a success.
Now, he can't carry a plasma torch, but he can.
Yeah, so you see him like scream out as this thing begins to eat him, and you guys.
maybe it'll eat the tingly leg.
Yeah, the tingly. What are you guys going to do?
There'll be some screaming, and then I'll just start shooting at where I think it is.
Okay, go ahead.
I need to do another one, don't I? 'Cause
Well, yeah,
visible.
you could get a critical failure. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Um,
could always be worse. I hadn't actually looked at it before I
so
went
it
to roll.
needs to do
Always be
a.
worse.
What did I set this up as for these things? Yeah, you shoot and just misses. You just ding ding off the hull. Who's up?
What's this hand cutter thing I have?
The what?
Is that like a welding
Yes.
torch, the hand
Yes, it
cutter?
is. And you have a button for that too, if you want to just hit the button.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably have my kind of like the crowbar still in my left hand, but that hand cutter in my other hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how close I want to get to this thing though. Is it like a laser?
It's like it would be melee.
Melee? It's Doctor, I don't know. He moves to a guard maneuver to the EXO.
All right, I'll be shooting.
Yeah, so Peter kind of has his the welding torch up across, and it takes I think what's it called a half action anyway to switch. So he has his crowbar out and takes the hand cutter out. And it's like, Jesus Christ, don't get too close.
All right.
Crouching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kill it, Fortune.
I'm shooting.
Good.
You let our doctor go. He doesn't do much, but we need him.
Okay, it's success. Go ahead and roll
Oh.
again. needs to do a save. Yeah, just and just ding 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 ding. It's just impossible to aim at this thing. You're kind of shooting and it's trying not to hit the doctor and just misses. Dr. Soon, what would you like to do?
I've got a stun baton. I will just fucking prod it.
Okay. Go ahead and do untrained. I think combat is what that is for that. You have a button. You have a
Probe it.
button for it. W_stun baton.
Strength, right?
Combat.
Combat. There you go.
Failure. Let's do. Does it save? Yeah, you club it, but it doesn't seem to do anything. I mean, it's right on top of you. Immediately, it is its turn. So go ahead and you make a body save. Okay. So what did you took? What damage did you take? 22 last time, right? Okay. So you would be at 36. So you take a critical hit that time against you. Go ahead and make a armor save. So it's basically automatically hitting you, but critical hit is better than success, so it hits. Its damage is 40-10. Yeah, you guys are seeing something that is just... You're seeing basically Dr. Soon be eaten alive.
Vor.
You see part of the rest of his body be like engulfed in this thing. And it is your guys' turn.
If we make a panic or anything. I think we have to make a panic if somebody dies.
He's not dead yet.
Oh, not yet. All right. I just want to panic. I panic once that invisible guy, and I broke the bitch's knees.
That's such a really dumb idea.
No, it was an in-character idea. Yep, Peter's is going to go with the hand cutter, just to try to tell Ehlers just to. I guess flying off is not even going to matter, will it? Yeah. I go out with the hand cutter.
Okay.
Is that what is that?
You have a
Combat,
button.
probably.
Yeah, it's all combat. Failure. You can roll again.
It can always be worse.
Right. It gets -10 to this roll, so it's bound to probably fail too. Yeah, it failed. You both fail. You're like you're swinging this blowtorch at it, and it moves, and Dr. Soon like hits you out of the way, and the fire is still going everywhere, but unable to hit it. Who's next?
I can go. I'm still just going to keep firing at where it is. It's in Ayla's mind that this could have been him back in that office. So that's adding that extra edge of horror to what he's seeing. Okay.
Go ahead and roll again.
And yep.
2 successes.
3.
Nice. Roll again. Tie.
Twice? Or just once?
Twice.
Okay.
Oh, it critical failed. So you hit
Ooh.
it. Go ahead and roll the damage on. I think it's 3d10.
3d10.
So how does it look as you shoot it? And the goo comes
Yeah,
out,
so-
right?
Ehlers is just, he's just firing roughly where he thinks it is, and he's just yelling. He's just yelling kind of incoherently as he's shooting in that direction, and he manages to just shoot somewhere where its body is, and there's just a spout of goo, and he yells in triumph, and then just carries on firing.
Okay. Who's up?
Me. I'm gonna shoot at it.
Go for it. Roll again. So a success. Now it has to dodge. So that's a hit. It's a normal success, not a critical. Not that it really matters. I just take the damage that went with that one. So 34 damage. How does that look as it hits it?
So it's been peppered by Ehlers, and Peters is doing the Jurassic Park, waving its torch in its face, and I just light up its side. Yellow goo spraying everywhere.
Yep.
Sure, probably covering Dr. Soon.
Oh yeah, Dr. Soon, you're up.
Am I still being
Yes, you
devoured? I mean, all I have is a stun baton.
Do you want a grenade?
Get yourself in, Dr. Soon. Do the good thing.
Go ahead and roll one more time. Okay. Yeah, you're kind of, as you're in terrible pain, swinging your baton kind of weakly. Go ahead and make a body save. Yeah, another critical hit. So 40-10 damage. Yeah.
I am dead.
Why don't you describe how you're eaten in front of everyone?
So you can hear him screaming, "Ah, no, stop, ah!" And then he's beating it with a stun baton.
Even in death, no emotion.
Yeah. Before he's completely consumed, he looks to Ayers and says, "Captain, I don't feel so good."
Everybody make a panic roll.
God damn it.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
You guys do not care about the scary stuff. Okay. And you relieve one stress, so take a stress off. You probably should have two less
God
stress.
damn. Thank God he's gone.
Two less
Yeah,
stress.
2 less stress because you did this earlier, too.
We can get an actual good doctor now.
You don't have to worry about being eaten.
I can re-roll a panic too, so I don't give a fuck about motherfucker.
Yep. Okay, you guys are up.
Oh no, he's dead. And again,
yeah.
he was a pain in
All
the
right,
ass.
I'm gonna drop my my hand cutter and probably go back to Adler's, and I'm gonna be like, "Is there any way to vent this place?"
Not unless we take off. Or unless we go back up to the control station. We've got to vent the whole facility, right? I presume that's right, Ted.
Yeah, we're in the ship now. Is there any way to vent?
Yes, you're in the cargo hold.
I
of the
want
ship.
to vent the cargo hold and get rid of Dr. Soon and the creep.
Probably not. Where if you vented the cargo hold, you would all vent out. But you're not in space, actually. You're just sitting on the runway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We're inside the facility.
You're
aren't we?
at the
I think.
landing
Oh,
pad at the
but-
facility. You're not in space.
We're not like docked outside. And there's like an airlock.
Actually,
That's what
yes.
I thought.
You are in an airlock. So
Oh.
you're on top of the
So
asteroid.
I thought
That's
I
correct.
thought I thought like this like area back here, we could vent that and be like,
that's
suck
correct.
'em out.
You are in space on the landing pad, but if you're all in kind of the same area, if you vented this whole thing, you all would go out.
but maybe we could get there and vent the bastard.
Is there enough of Dr. Soon left, like a little meat
No,
pocket?
you don't see. He's completely gone. He's
Damn.
disappeared like everybody else.
I was
I
just
say
gonna.
I say we race for athletics.
I was just gonna tuck a grenade in his little meat pocket there as a goodbye gift.
He's gone.
All right. If it's still there or roughly there, we're seeing. Can we still see like
Yeah,
the yellow
you see,
goop
you
come out of
see
it?
the blood, and I would actually say there's so much blood on it now that you wouldn't roll at disadvantage. So,
Okay. Mm,
Looks like.
what's it look like? Yellow goo.
A big hill of goo. Scariest NPC ever. That's like a petri dish.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
reload. How do I reload?
That would just take an action. I think you got one shot left. I would assume, like, inside after you shot, you would have reloaded.
Okay, then yeah, I will shoot it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Peters and Ayla's are running towards the cockpit. We're going space, guys.
If I kill this thing before you space it, then I don't have to worry about being spaced. Fuck me.
So, this is the one thing that's weird about if it fails and you fail, it's just like just says something bad happens. I don't know. But it's gonna roll. Yeah, so you shoot and yeah, you're and your clip's empty. You don't seem to have hit it.
All right. I look over. Oi, where the fuck are you going?
Fuck out of here. I suggest you do the same.
You guys are running.
I think Peters would try to be backing up towards like the cockpit with hopefully a way to hold it off and
Yeah,
then
give me an
then
give
that
the
atmosphere.
athletics roll. Go ahead.
See what that is.
I would give that for strength, whatever.
I can't find where if
It's a skill.
expert trained or
I think it's trained. Let me see.
yeah, I see it. It's trained. Trained athletics. Well, that makes a big difference. Strength.
Whew. Yeah, you're able to run all the way to the adjoining room of the cargo hold to leave it.
He's like, Ayla's, how can you get back? Get into the cockpit. We'll vent this motherfucker into space.
Right. Okay. And Ayla's, can I take a sort of shot on the run at a penalty or
You
anything?
won't be able to get
I-
the whole way there if you do.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'll just
Okay,
sprint.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
the
Yeah,
kicking.
a
Yeah,
two
give me
action.
an athletics.
Okay. Athletics is that?
It's under trained if you have it. I mean, it should be there if we have it or not.
Yeah, I'm just
It's under master for you.
master.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, you're right. I do. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't think I have. Oh,
You
athletics
just do
down the bottom.
untrained. It's at the top.
No, it's
somewhere.
untrained. Yeah. Strength
Yes.
or
Strength.
speed? Okay.
Yeah, you're both able to get there, evading
Leave him.
all the cargo and everything, and as Falchion still remains with this thing, it is going to try to eat him. It missed. Go ahead and do armor. Yeah. So it doesn't really, like, it misses you. You feel it, and you're able to kind of to react to it. You know, get out of the way, and then it's your guys' turn. What would you like to do?
On failure, do I gain a stress?
I'm not sure. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I have heavy machinery.
Yes.
This is a cargo bay for a mining
Yes, it
ship.
is.
There any sort of crane above
Yeah,
this
there's
thing?
like automated forklifts and stuff that are.
All right.
Mhm.
I want to. Before I'll leave Corporal Falchion. Sorry. Before I leave his ass, I want to give him a try, and I want to take the mining crane that takes the cargo in, and just like swoop it down next to this thing,
Mhm.
and like try to gore it and start bringing it out towards
Give me
the
a roll with that skill.
towards
Give me
the
a roll
exit.
with that skill.
Oh no! It's trained.
Don't crit fail.
Exactly.
What is that?
I would say that's actually probably. I would say it's more like you put your hands into this, like, you know, these metal apparatuses, and you're like moving it up and down. So it actually takes like physical dexterity to move it. It isn't like a computer system. So strength. Yeah.
Great. So it's like he's looking at this big crane coming down and says, "I want to vent you out into space, you invisible motherfucker." And let's see if he does it.
So
Oh, yeah.
It needs to make a. It needs to try to save. Oh.
Oh no!
Yeah, you swing this thing down, and you think it's going to hit it, but it's so hard to judge distance, and it just swings by it, you think. Or actually, you're not sure, but you kind of see the yellow in the distance, so...
Yeah, it's like scrapes it
Yeah.
or something, and like sprays off. Like, oh shit! I barely missed. I'm coming around for another turn. Boss, you better get to the
Yeah,
cockpit.
Ailers, what would you like to do?
Yep. I'm still sprinting for the
Yeah,
sprinting for the
you
cockpit.
get into the well, you have to. Yeah, you're able to open the decompression chamber and like decompress that small room, and you're like on the other side of this clear, opaque viewing port into the cargo bay now. You can control the whole
Okay.
thing from here.
Okay. I'm gonna bang on the glass to try and get everyone's attention, and then kind of indicate that, you know, kind of point down towards the control, and then indicate I'm gonna vent, and then is there? Because Falchion's probably just screwed.
Yeah, probably.
Is Peter's going to be able to get out of there? Do I think.
Well, he's got his
Is it
hands in
waiting for
the.
him?
It depends. Like, you could probably turn it off for such a duration that they wouldn't suffocate. And he has his
Okay.
hands in these things, so he's at least gonna have a good chance.
Okay. Right, I'll vent then.
You hit the vent button, and I would like Peters and Falchion to make me an athletics roll. Peters, you're gonna make yours with a +10. Falchion, you're gonna make yours normally.
Athletics. I think it's trained.
That'd
That's
be
trained with
I
wrist.
don't. Let me look at. So Falchion, you don't have it, and Peters, I don't know if you have it. It's down at the. Okay.
Yeah, I do. Mine's
Okay.
trained, and it's strength. Whoops. And it's plus
Yep,
10.
So you're going to succeed. Okay.
Which doesn't
So,
matter. I guess it would be a double zero,
well,
right?
it goes against your target value, so your target value would go up to 53.
Oh, okay.
So what happens is you vent this thing, and the first thing that happens is Falchion just flies out. You want to describe that?
No!
What? No!
Yeah.
Space war game, I seem to survive.
A look of shock and surprise crosses his face as he just goes whoomp.
Yeah, he flies out first, just very quickly. And then you see the yellow goo on this thing kind of move forward as, like, for a moment, and then it kind of, like, moves backwards, and you see, like, the claws dig into the metal floor, and then all of a sudden it just goes flying out as well. And then lastly, at the same time, Peters is holding on, his feet lift into the air, and he's completely horizontal, right?
I'm stopping venting as soon as that thing's out.
And then you stop, and Peters slams to the ground.
I'll get on the radio, and if there's any kind of radio link out to there, and or if you know, any loud hailer or anything, I'll just go. Peters, you okay?
I'm okay. I can't speak as much to Falchion or the intern.
Oh God, I killed Falchion. Oh, Falchion and the doctor both dead. I'm gonna miss Falchion. Oh. He comes stumbling round to the door, to the airlock, and lets it sort of like compress, and he goes through to the cargo bay to help Peters.
Peters stands up. There's beads of sweat that catch the glint of the fluorescent lights on his brow, and he has his crowbar and kind of spreads his arms out and backs away towards the cockpit. Seal the doors. Seal all the motherfucking doors.
More?
Who the fuck knows? They're invisible, goddammit.
Oh shit. I thought they would just be and he so he goes up to the nearest terminal. If there's one here, great. If not, he'll have to go through the airlock again. But yeah, he's going to seal all the doors and put the ship on alert.
Seal all of them behind us and get to the
ship. You begin flying away, and over the next couple hours, you come up with a plan to decontaminate the ship by turning on the fire suppressors in each room, knowing that it doesn't like water. And you find that it is not aboard. There's nothing aboard your ship any longer. There are traces of the yellow goo in the cargo hold, and so with the captain's permission, you can quarantine that area. About an hour into flight, or a couple hours later, the captain comes to both of you and says, I have a communique from a Dr. Giovanni from the Hercules. He and HQ are asking us to rendezvous with them at Warehouse 23. They say that we have something that they need.
Peters looks to his right and gives the old nod of the head, being like, those motherfuckers.
God damn them. Shit. Yeah, Ayla's has always been sort of fairly kind of calm and in control, and yeah, he's looking just completely at sea with everything that's happened. He normally knows roughly what he's doing, but at the moment he's just lost the plot.
Yeah, and the ship finally does dock, and then as the scientist and his crew begin to scour your cargo hold, the scene fades to black, and that's it. Thank you for playing.
Hey, thank you.
I think the last Space War ship game that Tet and I played together, we ended up making out. We ended up the sex scene pretty much as a escape pod.
I
Jettisoned
do
off
recall
the
that. That
vehicle.
was a while ago.
That was a long time ago. That's my only time playing a female.
That was before we had females to play with us. So.
That was before we had any female players. Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Oh,
I think it would go a little smoother